Hi again then guys, and welcome to another Horizon 3 speed build. And this particular build is for a car which has actually been released quite recently, at least at the time of uploading this video of course, the new Bentley Continental Super Sports. Now the Bentleys in general aren't actually as quick as you might expect them to be on Horizon 3. They're not slow, definitely not, but they're not as quick as many of the other cars with similar levels of power. Now obviously they are big heavy cars, but even so, you'd expect the Bentleys to be a little bit quicker than they actually are, especially given how quick they are stock. They're pretty decent performance cars to say the least. Now as far as the tuning on this particular model, I would recommend retaining all-wheel drive, unless of course you want rear-wheel drive specifically, so I would recommend keeping that. And as far as the rest, it's pretty obvious, just upgrade the power, lower the weight of course in such a heavy car. And as far as the visuals, I've opted to leave it stock. I like the way it looks, I like the rims, so you can change it if you want to. If you like the way the car looks here, and you just want the tune on your car, you can use the keywords in the description of this video below to find it on my storefront, this exact same tune. But if you'd rather do it yourself, of course, proceed with the video. Now as far as the tuning side of things, how to unlock the potential of the car, the specs aren't as strong, as I said, as some of the other luxury cars, certainly not supercars, but it's not slow at the same time. 5 seconds to 60 is not bad, 2.7 to 100 certainly isn't bad, and the top speed of 246, although not as quick as many of the top level supercars in the game. To put that into perspective, that is quicker than an Aston Martin 177 on Horizon 3. So that's not bad at all, especially given how much cheaper this car is, considering you can win it. Now, as far as the gearbox, I would recommend a final drive of 3.2, and basically what we've done for this car is we've kind of evened out the gears, because in stock form the gears are kind of all over the place, and in real life on a road going production car that works. That's what you want the gears to be like for motorway cruising, track days, fuel economy, all that kind of thing. On a game though, that's just not necessary, so we've made it much more linear, we've spaced them out much more evenly to get smoother, more consistent gear changes and run through the gearbox more efficiently. Now as far as the individual gears, we've got first on 4.9, as you can see, then 3, 2.1, 1.6, 1.27, 1.05, 0.88 and 0.75. Then for alignment, if you're familiar with my tunes, you'll know the drill. Neutral camber, neutral toe, unless you specifically want to have some of those. And I've gone for 1 degree of caster, definitely on a big heavy car like this, because that increases manoeuvrability, at lower speeds especially. Anti-roll we've rounded off to 38 and 32. Springs on 233 and 209. And I've actually opted to leave the ride height stock. I don't like some cars slammed. Now if you want it to be slammed, of course you can lower it, or if you want to increase it, you could do that as well. I've just opted to leave it as it is. As far as dampers, we've got those on 15, 12, 7 and 6. Aero doesn't apply of course unless you change the wings. And as far as the diff, I've actually put everything on 100% for this car to increase manoeuvrability a bit more, especially at lower speeds. And we've got a little bit more of a centralised split on this car. 65% is much closer to the middle, of course, a 50-50 split, than what we'd usually have. And the reason for that is because for this car, that gives you peak launch and acceleration combined with pretty good rear-wheel drive inclined handling. Now, of course, it's not as tail-happy or as manoeuvrable as something which is going to have a 75 or 80% rear split. So you need to adjust it according to what you want. But overall, if you like the way this is set up, you can get it, as I said, straight from my storefront as is, or if you use some variation and personalise this one, either way, I hope you have a lot of fun with it. So of course, if you want to keep up with other tunes for Forza games and various other games as well, you can hit sub down below to see those as soon as I put them out. But for now, as always, thanks for watching.